Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Monday evening community call. This is quite a time. Happy spring. Gregory and I are with Kai and David Jumper and Lynette and Spira in the Bahamas at a mastermind group. And so he's downstairs busy networking, and I get to be with you guys. How lucky can I get? So for those of you that are new, and we want to welcome everyone and thank you for taking the time to be with us this evening. I'm your host, Robin, and we get together every Monday evening as a community, and we like to share as a community. We like to share resources. We like to do some training sometimes. We like to give you updates of what's going on in LifeWave corporate and what is going on in our Live Younger community. And tonight we're going to jump right in. I have a special treat. This was my sponsor. Gregory joined me later. I'm not sure you guys know that, but he was busy doing something else. And I had the privilege and pleasure of working with Dr. Nicholas. And neither of us knew each other. It was one of those divine interventions, wasn't it?
It was.
It
It was
was.
meant to be.
It was meant to be. And we were on the phone every day, multiple times a day. And I know the three-way calls work. and we built fast, didn't we?
They did. They sure did. That was quite a time. I mean,
It was a
I'll
really
never forget it for sure.
I know. And Dr. Nicholas has been with LifeWave, what, 17 years now or 16?
It's 16. It'll be 17 this November. I mean, my goodness, the time's flying by, and we're just getting younger and younger as we
Yeah,
get
I
older,
love
right?
it. Well, you're looking pretty wonderful, my friend.
Thank you.
So 16, almost 17 years,
Yeah,
16 and a half, we'll call it.
yeah,
But it's almost 17.
yep.
Dr. Nicholas came into LifeWave and he's got an amazing story. We're not going to get into the details of that tonight, but we do want to do that another time,
Mhm.
Dr. Nicholas, because it's such an amazing story. And it's really fun to talk to people how they got started. Dr. Nicholas is a chiropractor. He's in practice with his wife, Dr. Misty, and utilizing and integrating the patches into his practice. Dr. Nicholas and I used to host the Tuesday call together for quite a while. Kai Jacobson was host for many, many years. Then I took over as the host. Was with Dr. Nicholas for quite a while. And then he had, what, 11 years of doing every Tuesday night or Thursday night?
It was a long time.
It was
Yes.
God bless you for all of your service, my friend.
Trailblazing, baby. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
we definitely were trailblazing. And then I took over and hosted Dr. Shauna every week for several years. And then after that, now we have the Tuesday Power the Patch. And I'm not involved anymore. Isn't that cool? So the key in this business, get to the front of the room as quickly as possible, and then get to the back of the room as quickly as possible.
That's
So
it.
we're here tonight, and thank you for whoever said to me, yes, the newsletter will go up in just a minute. So we're just going to get started. And before we jump into what's going on in the newsletter, I just want to give a warm welcome to our sponsor, Dr. Nicholas, and thank you for being with us tonight.
It's an honor and pleasure. I
Yes.
love doing this, and it's just going to get better and better.
I know, isn't it fun? We get to meet each other in great places around the world, and Dr. Nicholas has probably patched more than just about anyone in the whole company, which is really quite wonderful. Luce, you want to turn your camera off? Thanks. And so I've gotten an amazing education, but I kept telling him, you should create a YouTube channel. You're saying the same thing over and over again. So we'll get into your YouTube channel, but before we jump in, and we decided that, so many people want patching education.
Hmm.
And so we'll be inviting on our Monday night calls one of our patching experts. Could be a practitioner, doesn't have to be. So if you're one of those experts that wants to be and share your wisdom, please be in touch with me. But tonight we thought we'd kick off the patching tips with our sponsor because he knows so much. So when someone's getting brand new with the patches, keeping it really simple, Dr. Nicholas, where do you start them off?
I mean, I've shifted gears here a few times now. I started with all of them. I called it the wallpaper effect, and it worked. And then I started realizing it couldn't duplicate so well. So then I went down to my Eon glutathione X39 combo, and it was like amazing trio. And then I went to X39 only, and I was trying this, find out how this worked, and I'll share all of them. They all work, but you're just trying to figure out what's the best way to get somebody the best relief possible and the fastest. And again, keeping it simple. That was my big thing, and how to duplicate. So it all works. It's just what duplicates and how are you trying to grow your business. So I've done it all. I've done it every which way. And so for me right now, I've been doing X39. I've been doing 3. So I started doing this probably 2 or 3 months ago. And I should have known this. I don't know why I didn't. I use a lot of patches all the time. And I always stack. And what that looks like is like taking a patch and putting it on the point of pain, taking another one, stacking on top of it, and then another one on top of it, trying to get 100% pain relief. And I would see jaw dropping changes. So it's kind of like turning the stereo volume up on your car. You're amplifying the frequencies is my best way to describe it. So when in doubt, use more. And I haven't needed to go further than 3. It seems to be the magic combo, but I like to do it in steps. So I always ask people on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain level? What's your range of motion? If it's a shoulder, and then have them move around, say, here's the pain real bad. And then I put one patch on, and then I have them move around again. I say, it's a little better. Give me a number. I get numbers. I'm a numbers guy. And then put another one on, move it, test it, active range of motion, and then hit them with 3. So that's on the point of pain now. So now on my YouTube channel, as you so nicely put it, I put it together to visually show this, but also on how to assess if it's a nerve irritation. So this is a little bit of chiropractic now. It's super easy to do. You don't have to know anatomy. There's just 3 nerves that come out of the neck right here on the side, and you can stack the nerve right there, stack the patch on the nerve, and a lot of times you'll get pain relief there in the, say, the wrist, the elbow, or the shoulder. So was it really in the wrist, shoulder, elbow? It was really a nerve irritation. So that means it's like me going in your house and figuring out which fuse is blown to the kitchen. And you're turning the power on. If the power's on, there's more power to the muscle, so the muscle's working again, and now it's stabilizing. And then most of the time, I get pain relief without even going to the area that they had pain. And again, you'll be able
Okay,
to see this on YouTube.
let's unpack this for a bit
Yeah,
because you shared a lot, and
I do.
I want to break it. No, it's wonderful, but I want to say, slow down for just a minute because
Mhm.
some of the people don't know, what you've been doing for the last several months.
Yeah.
I think everyone has learned that simplicity and duplication is what creates success.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people realize that, Gregory's the one that coined the phrase single product focus in a multi-product company. And the beauty of X39 is it's the most comprehensive patch we have, and you can put it anywhere. So
Right.
what Dr. Nicholas was saying is if someone has pain, he'll start out with X. The first thing he said was what number, what level of pain, because this is really important when you're educating people or when they're getting their first experience or any kind of experience is to find out where they are. And so
Mm-hmm.
you get a number and then you put the patch on and make sure they're well hydrated and so on. And then if it goes down some but not enough, what Dr. Nicholas just said is put
You're
on
trying to
another one.
wow. You're trying to wow them basically. And if you did one, you probably would be fine. It may be a few hours later that they get the bigger effect. But I'm in the moment of now trying to get their attention and really get them to go, whoa, I've never had that before. So it's an experience and it's powerful. So that's why I like doing that.
Very powerful. And then if it's not all the way down the way they want it, Dr. Nicholas will put a third patch. And he used a very technical term called stacking. The more
Mm-hmm.
technical term is called pancaking, right?
There you go. Hey, a stack of pancakes.
Wallpapering is when you have patches all over. This is
That's it.
very technical education, everyone, from the master, by the way. So what Dr. Nicholas is doing is 3 patches on the point of pain. And so that typically, or actually, I think for almost any situation, will take care of it. But then he also shared another technique. And, pain is one of those really interesting things. If it's pain due to inflammation, it's one thing, but it's pain if it's due to a nerve situation, it's another thing. And so Dr. Nicholas is the master. So I'd really like to have you say what you said a few minutes
Okay.
ago about nerve pain, because many times the pain in your hand is a referred pain from another place in your body.
Right.
So, what Dr. Nicholas, why don't you go back and talk about, how do you know when it's a nerve pain versus not a nerve pain?
Well, there's an easy way to test it, and it's a challenge to the body. So if it was my right arm and I had a shoulder pain, elbow pain, wrist pain, or finger pain, I have the person go to the center of your spine with your middle finger and you rub it down about 2 inches, 3 inches. And this is what's called the brachial plexus right here. And this is where the nerves exit the spine and go down your whole arm. What you're doing is you stimulate it by pushing on it and then have them test the movement again and move their arm around this arm, I guess. And if they have less pain, you know you're on the right nerve, one, and then you know it's a nerve irritation, not the shoulder, not the elbow, not the wrist. And most of the time, I'll patch there and never even put the patch on where they said it hurt. It's a real mind blow, but it's really interesting to see that. And again, they're on YouTube. You can watch them 2 minute videos or less to see an actual placement on how to do it. And you can use any of the patches. They all do the same thing for this. It's like putting jumper cables on a dead battery. You're just charging the nerve, and the patch is electrically stimulating the nerve, taking off a little bit of inflammation or whatever. And it doesn't even have to be neck pain. Most of the time, there's not even neck pain. It's just touch the nerve to see if it's affecting the shoulder, and more times than not, Robin, it is that. So if you're not getting relief when you're patching somebody's arm, shoulder, knee, whatever, test the nerve. And it's easy to do on the lower part of the body, and I can go into that also.
Okay, well, this is information that you typically don't get anywhere else, or
Mm-mm.
very rarely anywhere else. Dr. Nicholas has been a chiropractor for many, many, many years, so he understands things that most of us don't. And so we get to learn, and that's what we want to do on Monday nights, is give you some patching education of things that you may not know.
Mm-hmm.
So nerve pain is different. And learning how to navigate that world. And would you share, maybe you can, I'll write it in the chat. If someone is looking for your YouTube channel, how would they find that?
Go to YouTube and type in my full name, Nicholas Tivoli DC or Dr. Nicholas, and one or two videos will come up, and just hit the subscribe or whatever. You can go right to the channel. You don't have to subscribe even. And then I'm going to update the videos because they are updated. And then I'm going to do some more of this visually so you can literally just see me doing it just with X39 and a few other things that I'm going to talk about tonight as well. But
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. And in our newsletter that comes out every week, and we're going to pull that up in a few minutes, Dr. Nicholas's YouTube link is on there also. So in case you're not getting it from the chat, it's there also. So what else did you want to share? You seem to have several things you want to share tonight.
Okay, sure. So like if it's the lower back, it's your hip, it's your knee, it's your foot, it's your toe. If it's the right leg, you go to the belly button with your right finger, go over 1 inch to the right of it, 3 inches down, and that's the L5 nerve. If you go 4 inches down, that's the S1 nerve. If you push on that nerve and the hip pain, back pain, knee pain, foot pain, toe pain goes away, you know it's a nerve issue for the lower part of the body. And that's how you find the nerve. And that's in the same thing to the left side. If it's on both sides, put both fingers in the belly button, go over 1 inch to the right, 1 inch to the left, push there, that's L3. And most of the time that's to the piriformis muscle, and you'll get pain relief on the back, across the back. And then you take two patches and put one on each side and push into the patch, and it's like turning on the switch to the panel of the house, and the power's back on, and
So
the
you're
pain
putting,
usually will
wait a
go away.
second, wait. You're putting the patches on either side? Is that what
Mm-hmm.
you said?
Yeah, if
Okay,
it's right, do right. If it's left, do left. If it's on both, then do both at the same time.
okay. And
Mm-hmm.
what you said earlier is it doesn't matter which patch almost.
No, I mean I used to use the Eon, and then I started into this X39 kick, and I'm getting the same results. So it's like it keeps it super simple. When I tell a patient what to do, here's your homework for the week. They're doing it, and they're coming back telling me it's just like life changing. I had a lady today. She shows me her X-rays, and it's got screws in her spine, and she's in severe pain. She's a regular patient, and she's been using X39. I said, go to the nerve, and I had her do it, and she goes, oh my god, it was life changing. So I'm like, so we don't always get everybody on point, but I'm working on it. So
Okay, and
yeah,
so what you said a few minutes ago is you're going to update your YouTube channel with a few
yeah,
this kind of
yes,
information, because I know a lot of our brand partners would love to refer back to what you're talking
yeah,
about. So
correct.
if there's any way I can help you, I'm here, you know.
I love it. Thank you. I love this team. And the motivation from other people. I love it.
Yeah,
All
when
right.
Dr. Nicholas and I started working together and he'd say the same thing over and over and over again, I said, why don't you just create some videos
I
and leverage your time? Now he's got a great YouTube channel. So you just put his name, Dr. Nicholas Tivoli, in YouTube, and you'll get to his channel. And also you can find it in the newsletter. So what else did you have on your list to share with us this evening?
okay. So there's a couple things. So if there's scars, a lot of times a scar can cause referred pain or even pain that you don't realize is from the scar. So if you had a surgery, if you imagine my shirt as my skin, say it's like a heart, and the skin does like this, it torques and twists and knobs up. So what happens is energy actually flows through the connective tissue of your body. Your body doesn't just communicate through the nervous system. So it's like fiber optics. So what happens is energy hits it and can cause pain or referred pain. So to just deactivate the scar, you just take a patch and rub it. That's all you do is rub it over it like one or two times, literally like this, and it literally deactivates the scar. And I've had a lady, she had um, breast implant surgery, and she couldn't get her arm up over this far. And I had her do it over her clothing, didn't even have to touch the skin. And she had her arm completely over her head with no pain. And I mean, just wild, fast changes. So always test for scars. So say like you're patching somebody, you're not getting results. Ask them if they had any surgeries, any scars anywhere, and then all of a sudden you'll start seeing them. And then just deactivate them. And a lot of times you'll get some very interesting pain relief that by just doing that. And then I'll go to another one. But if you have any questions, I'll answer.
I hope everyone's taking this in. I mean, you do it so often, it's second nature for you.
Yeah.
For us, it's like, wow. There's a lot of wow. And
Yeah.
so we love accessing your wisdom because you've had and because you understand how the body works and all the different systems that it may not be from there, it may be from somewhere else. So,
Um,
no, continue on because you're on a roll.
okay. I'm giving you all of it here tonight. So hopefully you guys get it all. So the next thing is tapping. So say like you're patching someone's knee or their foot or their hand or their head, especially if it's a head injury. So what happens is your brain processes like 2,000 sensory awarenesses per second. So if you tap, if it's a head trauma and you put a patch here and tap on the patch, the brain is going, hello, 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 what's going on over here? What's going on over here? And there's already an injury there. It's signaling energy to heal that. Now it's getting the benefit of what the patch is signaling into the brain to accelerate the healing. And you don't have to do it very much. Just a couple times tap, brain says, oh, something's on. It's a fire. Let's go put it out. And then you got the patch on it, you're tapping the patch. A lot of times you get even faster pain relief, but it'll accelerate healing. But the light from the patch is going into accelerate the healing, but the body's not working with that light even faster just by doing that.
Okay, so we're getting a lot of good and new information tapping your patch
Mm-hmm.
wherever on your body it is.
Mm-hmm.
Accentuate the frequency. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it's like the body's going to say what's going on. You can put the patch on and say you didn't get any pain relief. Well, tap on it and see if the body starts to say, hey, there's a signal going on here. And the tapping saying, look over here, look over here. And I've seen some really good results by just doing that.
Did you just make this up or what?
No, no, no. Robin, I just forget. I just assume everybody knows. No,
We don't
I've
know what you know.
okay. No, I've done this in my old practice with my lasers. That's a technique they taught us, and I'm like, all right, the patch does the same thing. So tap the patch, and it works great.
Tap the patch. So
Mm-hmm.
a few things, tapping the patch and realizing that, sometimes we don't have the patch we want
Yeah.
or think we need.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I've woken up in the middle of the night with a cramp in my leg. So I'll just grab, my, Eon or my Alavita, doesn't matter which, and I'll put it right on
Yeah.
the cramp and it's gone. It's gone. It's amazing.
So
Yeah,
power the patch.
power of the patch. So what else?
Well, that's pretty much the gist of it. And so as I come across new things or learn new things, I definitely will share. But I'm just, again, trying to keep it as simple as possible. And this is the simplest I could find with using just the X39, really. And wow, what a difference it's been. It's been fascinating, just fascinating to me. And I'm like, wow, I knew better, but I'm still learning. I feel like I'm brand new at this, just getting started.
Isn't
Here
it
I am.
fun?
Oh,
Well,
it's hilarious.
that's what David said. We're just getting started.
Yes, yes.
Well, I am so grateful that you took the time to be with
Hmm.
us tonight, and maybe you'll come back another time.
Maybe we'll talk
Maybe
about water. Who knows? The water's going to be fun
we'll
too.
talk about water very soon. Yes, well, we'll see you on Saturday,
I'll see you in Dallas.
which will be fabulous. We got to see
Yes,
you in Utah, see you on Saturday. I'm here with David Jumper, David and Spira, and Kai and
nice,
Lynette in the
nice.
Bahamas. You
That
know,
sounds fun. That
it's
sounds great.
wonderful. Our Lifeway family is so wonderful. Well, I want to thank you. I mean, we're getting all these people. I want to watch this again. We're going to get this.
Well, I'm
So
glad I could give some help and some substance. So,
well, so your YouTube channel again is in the newsletter. We also put it up on in the chat that you just go to YouTube and put in Dr. Nicholas Tivoli, DC, and
mhm.
it'll pop right up.
Yep.
And this recording will be on our Live Younger YouTube channel tomorrow, so you guys can all get it and share it. I think it's gonna get spread far and wide, and we're excited about any updates you do on your YouTube channel.
I'll let you know. Yeah,
Well, please let me know. And
absolutely.
thank you for being with us tonight and sharing your great wisdom, Dr. Nicholas.
It's
Really.
an honor and a pleasure. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see you soon.
Okay.
So have fun.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Well, wasn't that wonderful? Oh my gosh. I hope you guys were taking good notes, and if you didn't, you can watch the replay. So now we're going to jump into the newsletter and take a look at what else is going on. Um, yeah, we thought Gregory and I do some of our greatest strategic planning when we're in the hot springs, and so recently we went to several hot springs. That was the way we celebrated our 20th anniversary, and we came up with this idea to start doing more patch education because I think we all want it. And we got some really, really great tips from Dr. Nicholas, some things that you don't typically hear. It's not so much about placement, but, rubbing your scar and tapping the patch and, finding the nerve. Those are things that I think can enhance all of our abilities to really help people. And that's why we're here. So that was part one. Part two. This Saturday, many of us are going to be getting together, and won't that be wonderful to be together in Dallas at Super Saturday? And the day is available for everybody, and so there's a link right here. Click here to register for online participation. It is free. It goes from 8 to 3:30, and there's going to be the introduction to most people of the Comp Plan Enhancements 2.0, and I think you're going to find it amazing. I mean, we've learned a lot about this because Gregory and I and Connie and David Jumper were under an NDA since last September when they introduced it to us, and we were really pleased because there's certain things in the comp plan that needed, when you have a mature binary, it requires some tweaking, but we've been kind of overdue, and we wanted to make sure that more money went to the front of the plan. And just so everybody understands, in a compensation plan, the company pays out 50% of sales or 60% of BV. And that's a number that is solid. And then when you make changes, it takes from one place and gives it to another. And we really wanted people that were new in the business to start making money quicker. And they enhanced it in so many wonderful ways. I think you're going to love it. There's great rewards when you help people get off to a good start. There's great rewards when you get off to a good start that you start making money. You don't have to wait for that binary cycle bonus after the PIB. So there's some wonderful things. And then we want to support people sticking around longer and higher retention. And we wanted to really reward a good compensation plan is going to reward the behaviors that you want to duplicate. And so I think you're going to be very, very pleased. When you look at it for your first time, you want to look at it, just find out where you are and what it takes to get to the next place. And we will help guide you through this. We'll be doing all kinds of training. So it's okay if you don't get it, it's all right. We will be there, but we're going to be together, and there's several trainings from top leaders of the company. There will be simultaneous Spanish translation at the same time, which is great. And then there's a lunch break. So look forward to seeing everyone on Super Saturday, whether you're virtual or live. It'll be wonderful to be together at this truly monumental time in the history of this company. And we just kept the LifeWave Connect that David did up because it was so fabulous. I think everyone, if you haven't listened to this, I want to listen again. I think I've heard it twice already, but he planted some interesting seeds about the future of what we can look forward to. And David loves to educate us on not just the patches, but truly doing our part of having a healthy lifestyle. So we recommend that, and you can share that with people too. The insulated patch pouches are available again. You can contact Jenny, and you can just go to this site and order. We're actually going to make a new one called Share the Light with the Wave. So that's coming also. You can get the Live Younger ones. It'll be a few weeks. They've been ordered. They'll be available to be shipped very soon. So those are a great way to take care of and protect your patches. We're just kind of going through all these exciting things that are coming up. July 26th, David will be live, not in the box, he'll be live. In Orlando, Florida. That event is being put on by Dr. Stacy. It will sell out. So if you don't have your tickets yet, please get your tickets. And here's the link here, davidschmidt.eventbrite.com. And we're going to be there, and we're excited to see many, many, many of you there. And then I think we're headed to the West Coast to do another meeting for one of our teammates. So we'll be in Florida for a little bit, and excited to see who's ever going to be there. Okay. We're getting some great feedback on the replicating website, liveyounger.com. If you'd like your own replicating website, which means it's got your name on the beginning and at the end, the second page will take people that are ready to get enrolled right away to your LifeWave enrollment page. And so for more information, go to liveyoungersubscribe.com. And every week I talk about the annual renewal report, and I started doing something different. And I've been going to the annual report, which you find under organization. It's the bottom tab under organization, and you can sort it by personally enrolled, 3 levels, or your entire organization. And I've been doing 3 levels. Our organization has gotten quite large. We've been in almost 7 years, and you just stick around, it keeps growing. I promise you. I don't know how fast it's going to grow, but it's going to grow. And so I did an Excel spreadsheet. I copied the emails. I sent an email message out to everyone, and I'm personally going to call my personally sponsored people to let them know, and maybe follow up with an email also. But people so appreciate when we take the time, because we care about them, and let them know that, this is a courtesy call. Your account will be expired if you don't renew your membership. It's $25 for the year. It's an agreement that says you agree to the policies and procedures. It's important for the company to have that every year. And if people get reclassified, they give people starting notice a month before, 15 days before, a week before, a day before, and then there's a grace period afterward for 30 days. So please reach out to your people and be a great upline support. Okay, tomorrow night, we're looking at a week at a glance. We have special treats tomorrow night. Janet Kiefer is going to host the call. And then we will have Anne Moreau being our practitioner and interviewed by Sunshower Rose. So it doesn't matter who's on that call. It's always great. And this is a call to bring your guests. This is a wonderful call to introduce people to LifeWave, the technology, the story of the company, and where we are and where we're going, which is to the moon, I think. Maybe, maybe we'll go past the moon. I don't know. But exciting call tomorrow night. And for those of you that aren't able to make it live, if you want to share the call with a prospect, you can just share popwebinar.com and you'll get an instant replay of one of the Tuesday night calls. Okay, Thursday. Typically the first Wednesday of the month, David does a LifeWave Connect for products. They've actually moved it till next week for scheduling reasons. So next week is when we're going to have David doing LifeWave Connect, and he will be talking about Cellergize. For those of you that are not yet connected to the North American LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group, I recommend you go there. Just search on LifeWave Business Builders in Facebook, and they'll ask you to put your ID number in, or you can be invited by a member that's already in. Please invite all of your brand partners to that. And every Monday, one of the sales team, Garrett, Geraldo, Dustin, and now we have Shirley. I can't wait for you guys to meet Shirley. Oh my gosh, you're going to love her. Do the Monday, week in advance of what to expect for the week in LifeWave. And so that's when I learned that. I like to listen to that every Monday. And so Thursday this week, we will have a business training and we'll keep you posted on that. We do the first 30 minutes of business training, and then the following 30 minutes is open business Q&A of any kind. Sunday, this is the Zoom of the week that Connie started. God bless you, Connie. It's providing a tremendous service. You know, the people that want to grow their teams the fastest have the most guests on that call. This is a call for guests, and you'll get to hear. If you've never been on it, please give yourself that treat, and then you're going to know that you want to have guests on there. And we have our Monday Morning Miracle Haul that happened this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everyone that took care of that, especially Liz. Okay, so then there's our marketing tools and our quick access URLs, and I'm going to specifically point out number 7 in other important resources, especially after tonight. You're going to want to go to Dr. Nicholas's YouTube and look at they're mostly 1-2 minutes. Some of them are a little bit longer, but there's some great education, as you can hear, of what he supplied. And then again, finally, if you're not getting a text reminder before a half hour before our Zooms, you can set yourself up by dialing this number, the 406 number, and writing in there "Live Younger," and you'll get notified a half hour before. So we did it. Yay. And there's a lot of people that commented, and I am not going to take the time to read all of them, but I just will reiterate once again, we have our YouTube channel, Live Younger YouTube, where you'll be able to find this call probably tomorrow. Thank you, Liz Hodges, for taking care of that for us. And please share the good news about the Monday night call that we'll be doing patching tips every Monday. And if you're one of those people that knows a lot about the patches and has some fun things to share, reach out to me and we'll have you as a guest on one of our Monday evening calls. Whew, we did it. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye and love to everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.